Good afternoon, friends. So, in the last lecture that we have seen about the basics of metallurgy and material science. So, in the material science that we have seen what is the meaning of material or what are the applications of the material. Then we have focused on the stone age of the material. So, I hope you have enjoyed that particular lecture. You understood the basic things clearly related up to the Stone Age. Now we will continue with the further part of those lecture. Now again we will just complete the introduction of the metals, then discovery of alloy. Now this is the very important part, how that alloy is formed or how it has been discovered, that we will focus, and then we will see the journey of those metals towards the advanced applications. Now, few general application we have seen in the last lecture, but in today's lecture, we will focus on the advanced applications. Now, in the introduction that we have seen almost for the 35,000 years that Stone Age was there. Whatever maybe the human beings are there, those are just manufacture all those kind of that appliances through the stone only for the hunting or for the cooking purpose. So after that, that revolution has been carried out and some sort of that metals has been used or found out just to use or manufacture those utensils. So in the 5500 before Christian year, the first metal to be discovered, and it is the copper and gold. Now these two metals, we are aware about all those two metals. So whatever the jewelries that ladies has been used, those are manufactured with the gold, and the electrical whatever the wires are there that are used those coppers, because that copper is the good electric conductor. So that's why that copper has been used. So these two metals, initially it has been discovered. After 500 years later on, that material processing, that is the annealing and shaping. So only the discovery of the metal is not the part that we can be able to use to manufacture the utensils or just to make some sort of that any kind of that hunting equipments. So that some sort of that processing is needed in such kind of that metals, and that process has been annealing and shaping. Just that shaping in the sense how we want to manufacture the utensils, according to that we can be able to provide the shapes to that particular metals. So that throwing copper into the campfire and hammering in earlier days, so whatever the copper was there, that has been directly put into the campfire, and then when it has been just melted, afterwards that hammering process was carried out. So this is the very initial phase of the development of the metals and some sort of that shape forming according to the requirement. So afterwards, that melting and casting of the metals, that is the melting of gold to be given the different shapes. So initially after the copper, the second phase that human being has been tried on the gold, and that particular gold has been melted and some sort of the different kind of that shapes has been provided to the gold. Now afterwards, that reduction of the copper from its ore. So basically the Nile Valley, he is the dawn of material or metallurgy, we can say. And whatever the copper, 100% copper initially it has been used. So that reduction of that particular copper from that basically ore, that has been carried out, and the discovery means this might be happened before this also, and some sort of that whatever maybe the potters has been was there, that might has been reduced the percentage of the copper from the particular utensils. Now this is the very important phase as far as that material science is concerned, that is the alloy and metal combination. So it has been again discovered before the Christian years, and the discovery of alloy combination of metals mixing of tin with copper bronze. So that means that bronze has been manufactured by mixing some sort of that tin with the copper. So copper ore invariably contains some sort of the tin mixing of a different ores having the different tin contents produce the first bronze. Now how is that? After the Stone Age, in the last lecture we have seen that after the Stone Age there was the Bronze Age. So whatever may be the all that statues that what we are nowadays we are seeing, that those statues, so it is called as a very antique piece. Okay, and the market price of such statues are too much huge because those are made up in the very earlier stage of the human development. So that is called as an antique piece. So how that bronze has been made up of? So in the copper, basically some sort of the tin has been used or tin has been mixed, and that tin, the percentage of the tin in that particular copper has been varied, and that bronze has been manufactured with this. So how that revolution has been carried out? So iron wheel means the wheel which is made up with the iron, that is the discovery of iron making. So this is the very important stage. Again, it was uh, happened before the Christian year, and the revolution in the warfare and cultivation. So this is the very important phase when the human development is concerned, because initially basically that humans are not having any kind of that transport option, and after making or manufacturing the iron wheel, it has been a very huge, we can say, the development in the transportation. So after our calendar year has been started, the invention of the blast furnace in the 15th century, that production of the pig iron from the ores that has been carried out. So that for that purpose, it is needed some sort of that furnace, and that blast furnace has been just invented in the 15th century. So in 1855, that Henry Bessemer, so it has been just taken the steel making patent. So after some sort of that Bronze Age, it was just we are using or focusing on the iron, and after the 18th century, there was a very huge revolution were done in the metals, and the steel making patent, that Bessemer has been taken the steel making patent, and he had just, it is again the part of metallurgy. Just see, when we are varying the percentage of the carbon, basically you are knowing that when the percentage of the carbon is too much high, it has been called, it will be in the brittle form, and we are knowing it as an iron. And but when the percentage of the carbon is very low, that is from the 0 to 2%, so he have just reduced the percentage of the carbon, and he have taken the patent, and based on that we have manufactured the steel. Okay, so steel which is having the very high ductility, or it is just a ductile, it is not the brittle, so it is having some sort of an elongation. So just to manufacture some sort of that wires and all those things, we are needed the ductility in that, and when the percentage of the carbon has been reduced, so it is just in the form of steel. So he have taken the patent in the 18th century. So in the 20th century, the some sort of that processes like Linz, Donwitz, or electric arc or vacuum arc remelting for making a high quality of the steels. So basically that steel was not having some sort of that very high quality, or whatever the steel nowadays we are, that is stainless steel equipments or utensils we are using in our home, and which is having the very high kind of that glaziness. So that is called as a high quality of the steels manufacturing were carried out with some sort of the different processes, and those processes are some sort of an LD process, electric arc process, or VAR, that is the vacuum arc remelting. Now this is the very golden era for the metals in the 1886. So Hall process, that is the electrochemical process for extraction of aluminium from alumina, that is Al2O3. So from the alumina, when we want to extract the aluminium, so that process were just invented in 1886, that is through the electrochemical process. So some sort of the different kind of the processes were used on the metal. So revolution in the transportation, discovery for the automobiles and aeroplanes, that is from the 1890 to 1910. The big revolution were there in the transportation. So basically we are knowing that in the automobile or aeroplane, this is the right now the very great mode for the transportation. So when we want to go for the one place to another place in the very short period of time, we are preferring the aeroplane mode. And now basically almost the 90% peoples in the world, they are just preferring with the automobile vehicles for the transportation purpose. So transportation of the peoples, or transportation of some sort of that goods, or transportation some sort of that food, that were just carried out with the help of the automobile vehicles. So in the 1939, again the process of making the nylon, that is the introduction of the plastic. Now what we have seen in the previous lecture, that is the ages. So after the stone age, there were the bronze age. After the bronze, when that bronze has been finished, the iron age will be started. After the iron age, again the steel age will be started. After that, the human being are just focusing how to reduce the weight of that particular metal. When we want to achieve some sort of that strength, then there will be a focus. There was a focus on the aluminium. So that aluminium, that is again the part of that human need when we want to just reduce the weight of the metal. Just those kind of that things were, because just see, in the automobile vehicles we are using the fuel, and when the weight is too much high, that we cannot be able to achieve the fuel economy. So just we want to reduce to get and good, uh, what we can say, that is the average, that is to reduce the weight. So again the same kind of the things were there in the aeroplane also. So that introduction of the plastic, it is the big, again the revolution in the metal. So these are the some sort of that we will focus on the electronic revolutions. So during the advanced application nowadays we are using, so all those advanced application that is in the metals, that is the electronic revolution is the very important aspect. So the zone refining process, that is just made some sort of that silicon chips. Okay, so that zone refining, it is the very important process. It is the metallurgical process to produce the ultra pure silicon chips. So ultra pure silicon through zone refining, that is the silicon chips, is the heart of electronics. We are knowing that. So every equipment of the electronics, it is needed some sort of that chips. So even though if we'll take the example of the toys of what we have using, that kids are using some sort of that cars and likewise those toys, and which is basically operated on the remote control, and some sort of that chips were there. So those chips are very important aspects in the electronics, all those equipment. So smaller, whatever maybe the silicon chips, that is, it is just challenge to just manufacture the very small silicon chips. Now here the superconductor. So high temperature ceramic superconductors, it is needed for the some sort of the different applications. That is when we are just doing some sort of that brain scanning, or that MRI machines process, it is there. So it is just we are knowing as an advanced medical science. So whatever all that human body has been just scanned, and for that purpose it is needed some sort of that high temperature superconductors, and those are just manufactured with the different kind of that metals. That is some sort of that SI chips are needed. Now this is again, you are knowing, this is the maglev train, and which is having the very high speed, that is 300 to 500 kilometer per hour. And again for those kind of that purposes, or these are the some sort of that very advanced applications of metals. So I think you have enjoyed this particular lecture also. You have just cleared all those basic things which is needed just uh, when we go for that actual syllabus. So again we will just cover a few part of that basic lectures in the next part. Thank you very much.